No having fun.
None of that allowed. The NFL, no fun.
No fun at work, guys. Of course, if I had 2 riding lawnmowers, I'd be racing and everything.
It's damn near a race out here.
Thank you, Michael, for calling me. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, actually. Out taking a lunch break, and thought I would talk to you. Listen, I want to get my videos where you guys know exactly what time they're going to be showing, and that hasn't happened yet. So all of the, they got these people like Roberto Blake and Daryl Eves, these big YouTube gurus that have hundreds of thousands of viewers and millions of viewers, and these guys have videos that get 20 million views and all this stuff, and thousands of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So they tell you how to do your website, your YouTube page better. And one of the things that they say, and I've done almost everything these guys say, and I have watched my YouTube channel just fly. Especially, like, my favorite is Roberto Blake. If you want to have a YouTube channel, that's like the guy to follow. And then, I've got some things that are against me. Like, one is I'm old, and YouTube is really the 16 through 40-year-old people's thing. So to be 54 and having a YouTube channel is probably already out there. But following these guys, my YouTube channel has really soared. And those of you guys who've been following me for a while, remember that it took me 1 year to get 3,000 subscribers. And then the other 10,000 subscribers I've gotten has really been over the last 7 months. So I really tripled the throughput following these guys, listening to their advice. So one of the toughest things to do, however, for me is to put out videos every day. That's very hard. And I don't like, these guys have staffs. And so when they put out a video, they've got the staff to put it together. I've got a phone that barely works. Like, you guys have to call me just for me to see. Somebody's got to call me just for me to see the results. I mean, to see who's talking to me. Like, if something's wrong with the phone, it won't switch over, and someone's got to call and interrupt the stream, and then when the stream comes back on, all of a sudden I have full access. I don't know what's wrong, but that's just the way it is. And so I've got the coolest subscribers because you guys know that, and so whenever I start a video, somebody calls me. Just automatically. I don't even have to ask. Someone says, "Oh, Dragon's on, let me call him." Interrupts the video stream, but it lets me come back and see who you guys are. So it's and here you guys come with this loud ass. So it's it's just really awesome. But one of the things that Roberto Blake says is you have to be able to produce on a normal schedule so that don't attack the guy. Braveheart. Attack the guy on the riding lawnmower, please. Get over here. like it either. Holy moly. What are you gonna do? Get run over and eaten up? This dog, man. We need help. So anyway, they say that you're supposed to produce your videos on a schedule so people know exactly when to come see them. And I promise you, in 2018, I'm going to get there. So that I'm thinking that I'll do videos in the mornings like Monday and Friday, and videos in the evening like Tuesday and Wednesday, and maybe Thursday will be... I haven't got it quite figured out yet, but you guys can leave comments on the community page to let me know what you think about what the schedule should be. How about that? And this gives me the great opportunity to introduce the community page. The community page is something that YouTube gives to people with 10,000 or more subscribers, or like to YouTube partners that have been with YouTube forever. And it's like a Facebook page. You can actually interact with the users, not necessarily on a video. I can post pictures and all kinds of things. And I used it for the first time because even though I got 10,000 subscribers a little while ago, YouTube has been kind of slow in getting the channel rolled out to me. So I just got my community page this morning, or last night. Yay! And so the first thing I did with my community page, the community page, I think what it does is it gives you a notification whenever I put something on there. So I want to be a little bit careful on what I put on there. Like, you're not getting notified all day long. That's a good way to get people to not pay attention to you. But I want to put relevant kind of cool things out. And one of the things I want to do is put out thought-provoking ideas in advance of a YouTube video on that same idea, or after a YouTube video of that same idea. So this morning, for my first, and so you can only see the community tab, and the community tag took over the discussion tag. That tag disappeared. And so you can only see the community tab on a phone, I think. I think if you got a desktop, you won't see it. I think it can only be seen from portable devices. But anyway, you'll be able to go to my community tab and get all kinds of extra information and ideas to kind of help what you're doing. Someone said, nice poll. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. So, hi, Clary Mary. And did someone say it was 46 degrees in the Everglades? That's cold for the Everglades, I think. So anyway, today's poll, my first poll, and first of all, thank you everyone. Last time I looked, I had like 82 votes on that poll and 17 comments. So I definitely want you to engage with that poll, or engage with that community tab, so I can know what you guys are thinking and not necessarily have to dig deep into videos to find out. And on that poll, I asked a question, and this question is based on a post that one of my good friends, The Spoiler, did in his post, and I hope you guys went to his Facebook page, The Spoiler, THA space spoiler, The Spoiler, and he is the YouTube creator for the YouTube page Real Riders Ride. And The Spoiler put out a very interesting video, or not video, but a very interesting post about the changes in the MC set and how the MC set has changed for the worse rather than the better. And he gave a list of things, and I'll probably cover each one of those things in the list in an individual video. So one of the things I wanted to cover was, he said something in particular, people being mad about community putty tat. And you guys know I'm not gonna curse like that on this channel, because I've stopped doing that because I know I've got kids watching. So we'll just call it putty tat, and you guys can figure it out from there. But this idea of community putty tat is today's discussion. And so it goes along with another idea. And the post I put up, the poll was, if you brought a girl, and I'm semi-phrasing, if you brought a girl to the clubhouse and it was a girl that you just met, like you were out in the mall, you met her, she was cute, you said, let's hang out, and she says, oh, I'm with that. Do you like motorcycles? Oh, I love motorcycles. Well, I've got a Victory out in the yard. Oh, you got a Victory. That's outstanding. Wow, that's the best bike in the world. Oh, yes, it is. I eat all my Harley rider friends' butts up on my Victory. Oh, yes, I know everything about Victories. They're the greatest bike in the world. Too bad they quit making them. Well, I got one outside. Would you like to ride? And so what are you going to take her over to the clubhouse sometime? You know, maybe you want to really show off, and you guys got a brand new clubhouse and a new bar, and you know, you can drink over there and hang out, watch the big screen TV. So you take this brand new girl you just met over to the clubhouse, and you go to the bathroom to take a leak. And when you come back, there one of your brothers is, all up in her face, trying to get her phone number, if he hadn't gotten it already, and just really kind of undercut you on the chick. So the question is, what should the club do about it? If a brother came and got in one of your guests' face and was really trying to outdo you for this chick that you really like, that you just met, and I have a list of things, like, 1, A, the club should do nothing because that's not your old lady. Or B, the club should do nothing because it's every man for himself. And if you can't keep a chick under your control, then to hell with it, you know. Should the sergeant at arms and the brothers kick his butt? Should he be fined? Should he be thrown out the club? So this and a few other questions are over there in the poll. So I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on the poll and seeing what you have to say. And then the question is, does the poll, does it kind of indicate today's thinking in MCs and maybe why there are problems in MCs, the kinds of problems that make people really hate each other and really despise each other? And maybe some of these kinds of problems are reflective of so much of stuff we see in the MC today, with club hopping and people leaving and getting mad and all these kinds of things. Because are these answers reflective of what we think of brotherhood, or is it just the way it's always been? I'm just really curious to know what you guys think. And I will tell you right now that the last time I looked, the highest poll numbers were on the answer, it's every man for himself. And that's not your old lady, it's every man for himself. And is that the kind of thinking that we want in motorcycle clubs from our brothers these days? Black Dragon, that's one problem I found. Let's see. I'm in a bright sunlight, I can't see this. Found out, I thought it is about your old lady, not about just a chick. So every old lady starts out as just a chick. I mean, we don't just, well, not many of us just fall in love immediately when we meet someone. So I thought I would bring that up as a discussion as I talked about today's discussion, which is, are you mad or not speaking to your brothers over community putty tat? And that's a whole nother discussion. That's a whole nother thought process. And it's something I thought would be interesting to talk about. And that's because, listen, if you're new to the motorcycle set, if you're new to the motorcycle world, motorcycle club world, there's something I'm going to tell you guys about that your mama should have told you about before you joined the military. And that is loose-ass women. And, of course, a lot of loose-ass women will say, well, what about the guys? We already know the men are loose. So, on the motorcycle set, believe it or not, on the motorcycle club set, I'm great, John. Oh, you're talking to John O. You guys talk among yourselves. On the motorcycle club set, you're going to find a whole range of everything. And on that set, you're going to find what we call community putty. Community putty tat. It's out there. And what is community putty tat? It is a woman who really doesn't seem to mind having sex with multiple people on the motorcycle club set. And in particular, doesn't mind jumping from brother to brother to brother. Now, in hardcore clubs, this is dealt with easily. Community property is understood as being shared by the community, and that community property has a place. And so brothers refuse to fight and die over that. But if you're new to the bike world, and your motorcycle club vest and your patch and your bike are your new segue into getting into bed with chicks that you could never sleep with before, you, my friend, are going to run across community tail. And the old adage, you can't make a whore into a housewife, is in effect. And a lot of folks don't understand that, because a lot of folks have tried. And it doesn't mean that you can't marry someone with a bad reputation or with a different moral track than we think that they should have. It doesn't mean you can't marry them. You can marry them all day long. You can't turn a whore into a housewife never meant you couldn't marry a whore. A lot of people have. I love whores. Just to let you know, loose women and chicks in motorcycle clubs and dancing on poles are my favorite. Oh my gosh. I've been in love with so many of them. And, I'm not the preacher. You can see Black Dragon out there getting it, hanging out and doing my thicky thing all night long. Oh my goodness. And I truly have no.
Are they working? Is that a work truck maybe? I'm supposed to park in there.
It could be a work truck.
Yeah, these guys are mowing and stuff. They let the keys in it?
Maybe, did they?
It's not locked though. So it's a work truck.
Yeah, you wouldn't think they would leave it up here if it wasn't.
We just have to call and say you gotta come and get it. These guys know that. I had reservations days ago.
Yeah, it's probably those guys up on the hill.
We'll call the front office. They'll track them.
Hey, mower guys! Why do people just like walk up to me like I'm supposed to know what the hell that guy's truck is doing there? Like, I don't know. Like, do I seem like the bastion of knowledge or something? I'm just walking my dog, talking to my friends on YouTube. Hey! Hey! Hey, move your truck, man! You got those people asking me about the truck? I don't know. Move that truck, man. Stop causing trouble. Troublemaker. Let's see. Because I carry a big stick. That's right. But I speak softly. Hey! Good, how are y'all? Oh, it's beautiful. So anyway, back to my story. So, I've loved these girls. I've absolutely been in love with them. And there have been probably a few that I wanted to marry. You can marry a loose woman. Loose women marry loose guys all the time. You can marry a hoe. You can marry you can marry yourself one of those dancers or strippers. I mean, Stormy Daniels she's looking good these days. Holy moly. And these folks are marryable. What you can't do is you can't change them. And that's what you can't marry. You can't turn a housewife or a whore into a housewife. That's what that means. It doesn't mean you can't marry them. It means that you can't change who they are. And if you're looking to change someone from who and what they are, then you're going to be sorely disappointed, because the behavior you met them with is the behavior that they're probably going to keep. I've met many strippers that have just been very angry that their boyfriend is like, you can't go to the club and strip anymore. Dude, I met you in a strip club. I was dancing over you and giving you lap dances and carrying on when you met me. Now we're together, and I'm supposed to all of a sudden hate the strip club. The first time I ever learned about this idea of an everybody's girl was when I was about 8 years old, maybe 6 or 7 or 8. There was this guy named Billy Jack. You guys remember Billy Jack, don't you? Billy Jack was a Vietnam veteran who had returned back to New Mexico or Arizona, one of those places, during the 70s. And so you had Native Americans that we used to call Indians back then. You had Native Americans that were depressed, and they were they weren't doing well. They were being misused by the white landowners. And Billy Jack was a guy who had gone to war as a Green Beret and killed many people, and then came back to this New Mexico or Arizona, wherever it was they were, Nevada, one of those places. And he was supposed to fight on the side of the of the Native Americans. And so he was the Lone Ranger riding in to save them. And there was this one girl, this little hippie girl, who had been screwing with everything that ever moved. And she wound up at the camp. And one of Billy Jack's young Indian or Native American folks decided that he loved that girl. So at some point she made overtures, we should have sex. And he told her, somebody said Stormy Daniels. Yes, sir. Looking good, that woman, and she's tough too. I like tough women. But she This girl was like, can we have sex? And the guy said to her, why would I want to have sex with an everybody's girl? And an everybody's girl and everybody's woman and everybody's girl is a girl that gets passed around. Listen, if you're dealing with a woman that will sleep with you and your bros, that's community putty tat. You don't get to claim that, man. That's an everybody's girl. Billy Jack was talking about that way back in the 60s. Everybody's girls have been around for a long, long time. You can't own an everybody's girl. You can love one, but you can't change one. Billy Jack had the hots for the teacher. Yeah, remember? And the guy raped the teacher and he killed him with a karate chop to the throat. My favorite line, my favorite Billy Jack line, you know, Posner, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the left side of my foot and kick the right side of your face. And you wanna know something? Oh, what's that, Billy Jack? There ain't a damn thing you're gonna be able to do about it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Inside crescent kick. First time I'd ever seen it in my life. Somebody said, I like it, perfectly explains her. And everybody's girl. Black Dragon, much respect, coming from New Jersey. What's up, souls? Wheels of Souls. It's definitely good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Much respect. To New Jersey, coming from Atlanta. So, I gotta tell you, if you're just not coming on the motorcycle set, or the motorcycle club set is your thing that makes you something you weren't before you came, or your colors make you who you are, your motorcycle is your way to get some putty tat. We all have our ways to get some. Some are smooth, silky talkers. Some need a president's patch. Some need club colors on their back. But you're gonna run into these everybody girls. And you can't be surprised that your brothers have had them or are gonna share them. That's who those people are. That's who those women are on the inside. That's who they are. And they get passed around. Now, I'm not saying that they can't change. I'm saying you can't change them. Now, your love for them may be so great that they see something that they never saw in their father, and the next thing you know, they've fallen for you, and okay, they've made a change. A change comes from within. It doesn't come from without. Change comes from within. It doesn't come from without. Change is one of those things that you have to, that comes from with inside who you are. So thinking that you're going to be so good to someone, or you're going to be so great to someone, or you're going to do someone so well that they change, it's silly. It's silly. Everybody's girls exist to please everybody's. That's what they do. They do it well. They love it. It's part of their character. It's who they are. So you're going to get mad at your club brothers and leave the club because of an everybody's girl. Community putty tat. Well, I remember, when I was about 7 or 8 years old when I saw that Billy Jack movie, and it struck me for the rest of my life. An everybody's girl. And I was probably too young for that concept, but I understood it crystal clear. It stayed with me forever. And I say that because we've lost guys out of the Black Sabbath over girls everybody's been passing around. The bros will tell you, hey, man. Like Big Cell can say, hey, man. That is not the one that you need to be falling in love with. And you don't listen to your brothers like they got something out against you, like they want her. Dude, they had her. They passed her around like a potato chip bag, each person getting a handful. When you marry that girl, you got to overcome all that stuff. Well, nobody respects her, and I'm not, and nobody, people are looking at her funny and strange. You got to work hard to build her reputation back. You can. It can be done. But know that you're taking on all that. You got to love a person for who they are, not for who you want them to be. And everybody's girls might not be who you want them to be. Like in my nation, if you don't put rags on her, she is fair game. If you care about her, put rags on her. If not, she is fair game, unless it's your wife. So, in some motorcycle club nations, when you put rags on them, you put that property patch on their back. That's what he means by that. Or you put your club patch on their back in some kind of way if you don't have properties. That is the clearest statement in the motorcycle club world that she belongs to me. Just bringing her in the door doesn't necessarily protect you in everybody's nation. If you care about her, put your rags on her back, which is a major step. That's a major step in many clubs. Someone said, I just had one in my club. I had it. Think you try to get with one of my brothers. He's like, nope, not happening. Let's just say she don't hang around the club no more. Try to cause issues between brothers. One thing clubs have to do, especially if you're new to this, clubs have to have a policy for how they're going to do with it. One guy said, this brother just said in his nation, the policy is you care about her, you put rags on her back. There's got to be a policy about how women are dealt with. If there's no policy, there's no understanding. If there's no understanding, there's no rule. There's no rule, there's no protocol. And protocol is a language that we all speak that helps us to get along. So if you don't have that in your club, then you've got a problem, especially when you're dealing with anybody's girls. Salute David, doing good. Rode for the first time alone. Had a good away match. With our great rivals and great stuff. Oh, you must be talking to David. There is this saying, someone says. There is this saying, never kiss a hoe. A hoe's mouth is a drawer of penises. Wow, that's really ugly. That is really ugly. Then there are guys who don't take their marriages seriously. Oh, well, we weren't talking about that, Aunt Squirrely. but that is true. So I just wanted to take some time to tell you. And I mean, we just had this in our club. I mean, one of our closest brothers just broke down and left the brotherhood. Mad at us, mad at the brothers. Over in everybody's girl. Community putty tat. You disrespected me. Bro, half the guys, why do we have naked pictures of this girl on our phones? We didn't send these out. Like, I can't generate a naked picture of you twerking. You got to send that to somebody for us to get it. Like, people have been running through that girl forever. Well, you got a chick that, and here's the funny thing for me, guys try to play everybody's girls like that's your girl. So you'll come to the event with your wife, and she can't say anything to you because you're there with your wife. And you're there fronting and holding your wife's hand and walking through the park with your wife and walking through the event with your wife, then you get on your motorcycle with your wife on the back and ride away, and she jumps on one of your brother's bikes, and you're mad. What's wrong with you people? Oh, that's funny. And you're mad. She's a person too. She wants to, you know what? You brought your wife here, and I'm fixing to go hang out with one of your bros. She just became an everybody's girl. Bam! Just like that. The song said it ain't fun unless the homies can have some. That comes from dealing with everybody's girls. They even have them in the rap world. People know what everybody's girls are. Except some of you guys. You don't seem to know what an everybody's girl is. My brother wanted his girlfriend to ride with me yesterday. I said, got to go. Who puts? That's a true brother. If you feel like you can put your wife on his bike or your girl on the back of his bike. I've had to do it like I was set all forward and everything. Like, don't touch me. Don't let your breast lean on me. Let's get you to where you need to be real fast. I'm just uncomfortable. I don't like this at all. Remember one time this one of my brothers rode down with us. He had a back problem, and his bike was so small, and his woman was on his back. And I just finally gave them my bike and rode his lousy bike. You know, so I wouldn't have his woman on my back. It just don't feel right. Someone says a brother must truly trust you to do that. What's up, Renegade? I don't dig another chick other than my wife or family on my bike. Well, that's a good policy, and I know a lot of brothers like that. Like, you are not going to get on the back of their bike. I remember one, and just because how pictures go, I remember one time one of my brothers came on a trip with me, and you guys will look at that trip on video if you go to Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club page, Black Sabbath MC. And on that page, I had a gout attack, and my leg was in a cast. And I crack up. You know, there's this guy out there that's telling the world I don't ride a motorcycle, and he's now got his little cronies coming on my page. You don't ride, man. I see what they're talking about. And you don't ride a motorcycle. Like, are you serious? There are so many videos of me riding across country. In this particular video, I rode across country in a cast with my foot stuck out. People all over Facebook and YouTube were telling me at the time, dude, sit your butt down. You know, it's not that serious. I wasn't going to have my nation ride across country, and I couldn't ride with them. So they finally, in order to sit my lame butt down, they went and bought, well, my bro was going to buy a three-wheeler for his wife anyway, so he just went and bought it 6 months early, just so the national president could have a motorcycle to ride across country to the roundup. So I had my crutches and on this motorcycle, so any idiot that says I don't ride. So I had my crutches on this three-wheeler, and there was no place for the girl to sit. So my buddy rides this girl for me, and his wife's friend was a friend of mine on Facebook. So she went to his wife's friend's page. His wife went to her friend's page to view us, to snoop on what he was doing, and sees this girl, my girl, on the back of his bike. Ooh, that was terrible. That was terrible. So, putting other folks on your bike can be a problem, as you say. Those of you who are married should have that policy. Or a no pictures policy on this ride. But in any event, My story is really about the everybody's girls. You can't fall in love with them expecting that they're going to change. I didn't say you couldn't fall in love with them. I said you can't fall in love with them expecting their behavior to change. The girl that you met is most likely the girl you're going to get. And to cause trouble, to be mad, to start wars in the MC over an everybody's girl is about as childish can be. It means that you lack an understanding of the dynamics of the motorcycle club world, the set, what goes on out here. This is a male-dominated sport with alpha males that run around and beat their chests because they can. We are the rock stars of this here. Queen and Journey and those other rock bands may have been the rock bands of the stage, and these other rappers may be the rock band of the rapping stage. But this biker thing, this is where we rock. We rock here. This thing here is ours. And so, where there are rock bands, there are groupies, hang-arounds, those things exist. So, choose wisely, my friends. Choose wisely who you're going to hang out with. Choose wisely who's going to be your woman. Choose wisely. Ask questions. You're new to this. This is new for you. So true. I tried to play in a band and it was the same stuff. You rock, Black Dragon. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for tuning in. You rock too. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate you. So, you guys need to think about it. You need to think about what it is you're doing. So, listen. Go over to the community tab and tell me what you think about the poll of today. Please take place on the poll and let us know what you think. Is this if everybody on the poll says it's every man for himself, is that an indicator of where we are as a motorcycle community? Were we ever any better or any worse? Is this just how we are? Is every man for himself conducive to what a motorcycle club is? Should there be any policy where it's every man for himself? Do we need to change? Do we need to change our spirits? Do we need to change how we think, how we treat each other? Or is everything just going just fine? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, for those of you who post questions within the first hour of when I make a video, like after I shut this video down, I will try to answer your questions, some of you, within a video or two. So if you have a question you want to ask me and you want me to put it in a video, one of the good ways to do it is ask the question within the first hour of me posting a video. If this video helped you, please like it or dislike it. It's up to you. If you liked it, please like it. And if you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Somebody told me the other day, quit begging for subs. So I won't beg for you, but We definitely like it when we get more subs. It makes the channel grow and helps us do our thing. Also, if you do hit the subscribe button, be sure to hit the notification bell. The notification bell will notify you on your phone or other device whenever I'm doing something new. My books are Prospects Bible, How to Join a Traditional Motorcycle Club, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Club, Public Relations Officer's Bible, and the Sergeant at Arms Bible. All available on Amazon and Kindle. Don't you chase that damn thing. Leave it alone. Also, if you want to get a hold of me, Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. There's 2 B's in Sabbath. And my Facebook page is Black Dragon Biker. And my Facebook magazine is MC Talk TV. You can also get a hold of me at John E. Bunch II, where you can send me messages and we can trade video talk messages. Now, if you're on Instagram, you can find me at JBunchII, stands for John Bunch II. JBunchII on Instagram, JBunchII on Marco Polo, JBunchII on Snapchat, JBunchII on Twitter. Is that all of them? And JBunchII on Instagram. I think I might have said that. So that's how you get in touch with me. That's how you get my books. And I think that's about it. Any questions? Thank you so much, everybody. Ann Squirrely, Matthew, Ironhead, Clary Mary, Doc Rose, Keith Dominguez, LaRock Drifter, all of you, all my favorites, all my folks that are on all the time, David G. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Appreciate everyone as you go on my walks with me. And I hope that everyone gets skinny.